Hey yo, how are you and you and you and you and you? I'm back. Before I dive into the content of this video, I would like to encourage everyone to watch my mission vlogs first, so that it would be personal and relatable to all of you as well. So I've put the links in the description below. January 2020, I began the year by going on a mission trip in Mindanao with my friends, specifically in Davao and Cagayan de Oro. And then after we finished the mission, we went to the northern part of the Philippines, which is in Baguio and La Union. Those are my home province. You'll see them in the following vlogs. And now I am finally back here in Australia, doing my part in the COVID-19 pandemic by social distancing and doing lots of personal journal and self-development practices as I go on my life. So today I've decided to make a vlog because I just finished editing all my mission vlogs and I've uploaded them as well. I just can't help but go back and reflect, even though I already reflected lots of times, but this time it's kind of different. I just want to see my personal growth and faith, and here I am. I would also like to share all the things that I've reflected and I've acquired. And because life always puts us in trials, challenges, and it's full of adventure, which is what I love, but it's also scary if you're not prepared on what's ahead. So hopefully you will be able to get things from this video, and I hope that to everyone who has ears to let them hear. So here we go. The value of empathy really helped me appreciate life. I've come to understand its significance, and there is a quote by Harper Lee: "You never really understand a person until you consider things from his point of view, until you climb into his skin and walk around in it." I've gotten a glimpse of what it's like to live with limited opportunities by listening to their stories. I saw people who lived under the bridge to streets, and they really have nothing to eat. While the feeding program was really helpful, it's only temporary. It doesn't really last long. That's why sharing the gospel and planting that seed in their hearts, the source of salvation, which is Jesus Christ, would be the best investment for people. Jesus is near to the heartbroken, and empathy comes a long way in life. If you understand a person's experiences, it would be a valuable thing to live in life. Number 2, I've come to appreciate the value of community. Life is hard no matter what, and no matter how much we want to move forward, the storm will always come our way. I've come to understand that a community helps people persist the hardships of life. You see, you can have lots of troubles, and when you're drowning in your problems, but then your friend notices it, and they never really ask. They just, make you laugh or have a game. The laughters in the community, it's just so beautiful. And if you've got the right community that helps you build up your life and probably help your life for the better, it would be really amazing, that kind of community. But if you've got a terrible community, you'll produce daily nagging and whining, which is horrific. During the mission, I get to work with people who serve, who encourages, who loves Jesus like me, who are funny, and who are kind. I saw teamwork, even though it's really hard and it's exhausting, and Even though we're plenty, our hearts beat as one. To love people, love Jesus, and share the gospel. Imagine when Jesus comes back and when we are finally in heaven with our fellow brothers and sisters. So that's what I've gotten. The value, okay, let's just go back. Value of empathy and value of community. Number 3, the value of simplicity. Luxury, wealth, mansions, fashion, all the shiny glittery stuff are really nice. I will not lie, I love them. But they never really gave me fulfillment in my life. While they are nice to have, they are not really necessary. Maybe that's why I've come around to minimalism a little bit. I still have a long way to go, but I'm getting there. I know this may sound too plain, but what I saw during the mission is a simple meal made hundreds happy. A simple joke made people laugh. And a simple dance routine got my heart pumping. And a simple get-together created memories of love. A simple life made me appreciate every little thing and every little gestures of love. That made me really glad. I also remember, just going back a little bit to the value of community, there's this movie, Into the Wild, and it said there that happiness is only true when it is shared. So the value of community and value simplicity is a matter of sharing, like a mixed combination as well. And you get to appreciate life even more with those kind of values in life, because it's not just about things, it would be about love, it would be the abstract things. The priceless ones, the one that you can put a tag price on, those are really just beautiful. Number 4, the value of going out in the comfort zone. I know this is so cliche to say. What kills an exciting life is staying in your own bubble. I realized that participating and being involved, even though it's so horrible, participating is the way to overcome life. I realized that going out the comfort zone gave me so much stress, which I hate the most. But after seeing what it produced during my mission, I was responsible for cooking for about 200 people. And hearing the number made my anxiety spike. Thankfully, going back to number 2, I have my community with me who helped me, and I can take all of the credit of what has been cooked. All I can say is that I overcome, thankfully. And the process wasn't easy, but it was so much fun. And while we were cooking, we were laughing and making jokes. But I guess that won't happen because that's in the past. So I look forward on what's ahead. As I've experienced such missions, my imagination has widened. I think that's one of the things that really helped me with trying to develop my creativity. And my desire to help has increased, which is probably part of what I want to achieve in the future. It's just so beautiful. I'm just so glad that I went on a mission trip. Okay, number 5, the value of reciprocity. So if you notice, I've been using business terms because I'm a business student, so it's just stick to me. It's part of me. So this is a business term as well. In business term, reciprocity means the feeling of obligation to give back when someone gives to us. This is mostly used in sales. Why I use this term? The reason for this is during the mission, I hold the title missionary. But I'm not really an academic missionary, such as if there is a title in the academia, Bible study, scholars, I don't know. I shared the gospel, I served people, I gave advices, I participated. I didn't really expect anything in return. However, while I was on the mission, I didn't stop praying and reading the Bible. It was so difficult to do morning devotions and prayer during a mission trip. It's like your body clock and your time has been completely stopped, but then you're still trying. During the mission trip, I was becoming sentimental of my surroundings. it's just my emotion. It's just spiking and really getting into me. While I don't believe in such feelings because the righteous live by faith, not by sight, but I can't help but on the emotion keeps coming to me. And a Bible verse just came into my mind, which is 1 John 3 verse 1. See what kind of love the Father has given. I was also reminded of the day when I received the gospel, the day I started to believe in Jesus, and how I made it to where I am right now and still on fire for God. Here's the thing, while I hold the title missionary, God Himself during that time was my own missionary. I was being changed. I am not saying that God is obligated to do so, but He is above all, and He said, "Seek and you will find," and I will forever keep on seeking Him. God is not a liar. It is His faithfulness and His steadfast love towards life. During that day, my very own reward was Jesus, and the reason why I chose the word reciprocity is because while I hold the title missionary, God Himself was my missionary. And, you know, God pays back even more when you help other people, and if my very own reward is God, I'm so happy with that. It was just a beautiful revelation during that time. Come to value reciprocity, not in terms of human transaction, but it's more like Jesus and me transaction, which is not really a good term for it, but I'm trying so hard not to use business term, but that's what I can think of. It's just who He is, and He is faithful. That's why it says it's better to give than to receive, because you never know what comes along the way, and God really does reward even though when you don't expect it. Next is the value of both planning and giving up. It's funny because I have tendencies to micromanage and plan everything and make sure everything goes according to plan. That's me. However, during the mission, we were planning on the spot. I had stressful bits, anxiety attacks, and the inclination to think of what ifs. But because there wasn't really any leader. I wasn't really stepping up as well because I don't think I have the right step up. But as I continued to pray and, the antidote to worries, which is Matthew 6, worries swiftly drifted away. During that moment, I surrendered. And according to Epictetus, I don't know if I pronounce his name right, but he is a Greek philosopher. He said, "Don't seek to have events happen as you wish, but wish them to happen as they do happen, and all will be well with you." It doesn't seem like it makes sense, but what Epictetus mean was life is out of control. We can only attempt to control things and do our best during the process and accept the rest of the results. In this area, I learned how to do both. I surrendered and trusted God. It was fun and I've accepted the result. It was good, and that's all I really need. While there is planning, which I'm part of the planning team, but not really that much. I didn't contribute that much. I realized that planning and giving up can also be applied in whatever areas our life may encounter. School project, event productions, event planning, career planning, and more. So there is time to value both planning and giving up. You don't have to step up all the time, which is my problem. But yeah, I don't really step up that much, but I guess when times really need it, I do. Number 7, finally, the last one. I've come to appreciate the value of distance. In this part, I'll highlight love. I know it doesn't make sense because it's the value of distance, but then I'm highlighting love. So it's weird. Love for myself and love for others. During the mission, I've met wonderful people, really amazing people, funny ones. I love meeting new people even though I'm not really a social person. But Why did I say distance? Why the value of distance? Even though I was with my friends, specifically Francis, Russell, and James, um, I need to have moments to me, myself, and I, and Jesus, to energize, to receive love. I think it's because it's my love language. I know it says that there's only five love languages, but I read this article that there is the sixth love language, which is distance. I realized that's me. I need time to be alone. I need time to pray. I need to read my Bible, to reflect, to forgive, to empathize, to receive love, to rest, and to get to know God more. I write, I do some of my craft. I need my mind renewed every day. And once I'm recharged and fueled, I go back to doing things again for the glory of God at my best. And I realized that the value of distance made me more appreciate life and made me more loving rather than forcing myself to love people even though I don't feel like doing it. But the value of distance, going alone and praying alone, helped me understand and helped me live my life every day. So those are the 7 values that help me appreciate life, and I hope that you got something out of it. And I hope you also watch my following vlogs, which is going to be in Baguio and La Union with my friends. And yeah, that's probably much it. I hope you all enjoy it.